That's how it's supposed to be. I wonder if Undertale would count. Like it does put its music pretty far forward.
I want to listen to Caravan Palace now.
Jesus Christ, Tame. Just fucking
One
go
of those
for
three
it.
songs.
What?
Just
I
going
was
for
thirsty.
it.
Wait, do you want me to do the rest of it? Here
Did
we
you go for the? Is that beer?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Doesn't
I
look
forgot to
fizzy
bring my
enough to be
sake,
beer.
But
It's not
will
beer.
start with a coffee.
Okay.
It's pure sugar. This
Oh, Arizona iced tea.
He's
is
drinking maple syrup.
Kirkland. No, this is the Kirkland sugar mix from Costco for iced tea, and it is my favorite drink in the world.
Oh.
I'm
It
drinking
is so
Arizona tea.
disgustingly awesome.
So-
And I don't like those American iced teas that just don't have enough sugar in them.
Because
the
they're
Nestea
they're
is
not measured in the
disgusting.
metric system, right?
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
problem.
That is definitely the problem.
This is
But
why we
no.
can't have nice things.
Yeah, I didn't know that they actually have powdered caffeine in it until recently, so maybe I'll have to have a new drink soon enough.
So your
Powdered
heart
caffeine
doesn't
is
stop.
amazing. Terrible for you, but it's so good. And it's so cheap.
Oh yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
Not
Fox,
the-
you'll have to link the Caravan Palace songs that you like, because I don't think I've actually listened to them. So, we did not get to do a session last week, but we are here this week. So that means we have 2 weeks of stuff to catch up with
Yep.
everyone.
So
So,
that means our session has to be like 30 hours, right?
yeah.
So what's my character's name again?
I just remember he's young. Rattled.
He needs drugs, keeps asking for drugs. That's all we need.
That's his
Oh
name.
yes. More drugs?
Something about what happened recently for me is that I think I'm reaching the point where I'm like, so I don't grow facial hair really easily, but I think I'm reaching the point where I don't have to shave. Because before it's like, if I didn't shave, then it would look like absolute crap.
I remember that.
Yeah, so so I think I'm starting to get to the point where
Sixth
if
grade, I remember
actually,
it fondly.
if I let it grow out, then it'll grow out as facial hair and not just like, oh, here's a couple strands here, and then it's like patchy over here. So that's kind of exciting, I guess.
I didn't shave this morning, and this is what happens.
I finally shaved after like over a week, and
I haven't shaved this entire year yet.
well, aren't you,
can't
special?
tell at all.
It's kind of convenient. I
Anyway.
miss less shaving.
So, first person in line to talk about what's been going on is Azza. So, anything you want to talk
Well,
about
that's
other
why-
than shaving
That's why
or
I started
lack
on that.
thereof?
Also, this is, I don't think last session I was in college, or I was back at college. So I'm now back at college. So different backdrop. That's the bed in the background. It's like 1 foot away from me. I have a single.
All
So
right.
yes, the room is wider, or I guess longer that way, and really short this way. Like I'm pretty sure I could lie down. Well, I can interact with my computer here, which is pushed up against this wall, while I'm in bed. Like if I just lean out, then I can do that. So new setup. I still write for DVS Media. If you follow me on Twitter, then you can get all of those updates because I always tweet out any articles I write. That's it. Yeah.
All right. Next is Kabusi.
Hi, my life sucks. I work really hard. I have a baby. Nothing's changed.
How was Bobby formed? How a girl get pregnant?
Sex.
That's it. Okay.
Is that a question that we? All right.
Well, Tame.
And none of the rest of us know how.
Well, nothing much has really gone on for me. I applied for a
Awesome.
government job. That was fun. Oh, yeah, and I'm wearing my glasses just because today I decided to. That's about it.
I work for the
Any
government.
other like government job specifics, or is it all like confidential?
No, it's just engineering opportunity stuff. It's like entry grade. It's nothing exciting.
Government jobs are kind of nice because once you get it, you're kind of set.
Yeah.
If you need a job at NASA, let me know. I know people.
You don't for the mail.
I don't know how that would work with me being Canadian, but
It doesn't
I
matter.
could try and get a green card and work for NASA. Why not?
See, if you get the job before you get the green card, and you're working for the government, then they just give you the green card. They're just like, here you go.
So since you're in Canada and not the US, that means your government job as an engineer will be in manufacturing something other than weapons. So yeah,
Probably
that
Yeah.
mail.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hey, NASA goes to space, man. Gotta fight those aliens
Space
in space.
weapons.
They don't
And
do
the-
that.
and
Yeah.
the
They're gonna find
technology
aliens and
that
kill
the
them and
NASA
take their
engineers
weapons.
used are then turned into weapons. So
Yeah,
Sounds
kind
like
of.
fun.
As all technology should.
Okay, Foxy. What? Oh, we lost one.
Oh my.
oh no, Caboose.
What?
Kabusi.
You
No.
got dropped. Oh, he's back.
Hey.
Got dropped
Excellent.
from Roll 20 for a second.
Oh. I was like, how did I get dropped? I'm literally sitting here looking at everyone moving.
In any case, my name is Philbuster Fox. I've been sick the last week and continue to be somewhat sick, but I'm back.
I need to pop out chat.
Okay.
And I'm listening to way too catchy music.
Yeah, well, like once you find a Caravan Palace song that you like, it gets stuck in your head for the entire week.
Yeah, they were talking
that's-
about it before stream started.
Yeah. Caravan Palace is, if you don't know what it is, it's kind of a steampunk jazz band. It's really weird. Very cool concept. Unfortunately, I dislike the sheer majority of their songs, but there are a few I just love. Have I been playing Heroes? I have tried Heroes of the Storm, I presume is what you're talking about, not like Heroes of Might and Magic or some other variant of
Might
He might be
Heroes.
talking
20.
about. Oh wait. No, never mind.
I'm pretty
Another
sure it's
Company of Heroes.
Here's
There-
the
there's-
Storm is the
there's a
only
lot
game
of
I can
Heroes
think
of
that has
Newerth.
There's
Heroes
like
in there.
Heroes the
Heroes of
tabletop
Newerth.
RPG and Heroes of Newerth. Nah, it's been a long time since I played that.
Yeah.
But if it is referring to Heroes of the Storm, HOTS, yeah. Hearts of the Swarm? Okay, well.
Yeah, Heart of the
No,
I
Swarm.
know
hot-
you right.
No,
Yeah,
like
I
how
figured
many
it was the
different
MOBA.
hots? How many hots can they make?
I played it a little bit. Is it still in beta? I don't even know anymore. I played it a little bit in beta at some point. I enjoyed playing Kerrigan, obviously, because, Kerrigan. Don't play it anymore,
it's
though. I
like
haven't played any
Kerrigan.
MOBAs for a while.
Not
Although I keep getting the urge to play
exclusively that.
League again, but every time I look at it, there's like, oh, how do you win with this champion? It's like, who the hell is this champion? And why don't I have all their skins?
No, it's.
And then the new masteries too.
There are new masteries.
Oh God. For
I haven't
me-
played since like the last
So-
season.
For me,
Rule of thumb: if you don't know, take Thunderlords.
Thunderlords. I like the sound of it.
If you haven't played League in the last 3 months, just
I haven't.
always know that when you come back, something dramatically has changed that will ruin the game for you and make
Yeah.
you sad.
Well,
no, it's like
I just play
really.
Leona, Soraka, and Shyvana anyways, so it'll be fine.
Soraka's
And Elise
a lot better now.
I hear Soraka is a lot better now, which makes me
Yeah.
sad.
Have you
because
played
I miss
Soraka
the
since the
old-
rework?
I have played Soraka since the rework, and I didn't like it as much as I liked old Soraka. I adored old Soraka until they nerfed it into the ground.
No, I
miss
loved
I
Soraka.
miss Give Yourself Mana Soraka. That was the best version of Soraka.
Soraka was the only hero I could play when I started playing League because all I had was my laptop that was not a gaming laptop. So I needed a character that I could play at 2 FPS, which is not an exaggeration. And I actually,
guess you
like
can
old
just click the
Soraka, I
pictures.
got it to work.
I really enjoyed, I played with a competitive fives team a lot, like season 2, I think. And back then, Soraka wasn't really meta. She was okay, but not spectacular or anything. She just didn't really have a place. But the team I played with, we made that shit work and work hard. It's like the Triforce Soraka. I joke. I didn't do Triforce Soraka then. It was just I literally bought wards and boots.
What about
And
Triforce
The
Leona?
team just Triforce Leona is my favorite thing.
Oh,
Leona.
okay. No, I don't want to talk about League. League is like a really awful whiskey that you keep going back to because you're like, oh, that was gross.
I wanna play
Maybe
some
this
League
next
now.
sip will be better, and then it just finds some new way to disgust you, like every sip you take. That's
Just
what
say
League
it.
is to me.
New video series, Tabletop Tavern Cast plays League of Legends.
Literal
Let's
tavern.
do it.
Sipping whiskey,
Here's
apparently.
one thing though about League.
Okay. We
I
should
think
move
it's
on.
gotten worse. This is the only thing I have to say is I think it's legitimately gotten worse in the community, and that's saying something.
Oh,
It's
you mean the
hard to
community?
do
Yeah.
You just
in
play
the
drunk.
community.
Just
All
let's
right.
all get drunk and then play League.
Yep, sounds like
Anyway, moving on from League. Anything else to say other than being sick?
No, not really. I got my Star Citizen concierge card in the mail.
Oh.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Oh.
That's pretty cool, actually.
My platinum card's better, but this is cool too.
No, I guess it's fine.
It's fine. Just this metal etched card that's the VIP thing for events and stuff. I can't wait to actually
Oh,
use
okay.
it.
Yeah, that's got to be awesome. Like having, it's not really a business card, but having a metal card just in general.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
I
got
want one of
the personalized one from the Kickstarter, which is phenomenally good, but I have no idea where I put it, or else I'd show you.
All right. Anything else? That's it?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah.
All
let's move on.
You people are boring.
I'll try to.
Other than Filibuster Fox, everyone else is basically boring.
Oh.
No, hey,
I'm
I haven't gone yet.
You
I
guys
got
still.
paid.
That is true.
I haven't
I got
gone
paid.
yet.
Does that count as interesting?
You
Well,
guys,
and
you
then
guys are
the
just
rest of
like
you guys are like, yeah, same thing as last week.
nothing.
I guess tamed
2 weeks ago.
That's
Just
good.
bullshit.
No,
Well-
So you guys have been boring. I've been really busy. First off, I've been busy getting surgery. I'm okay. It wasn't a terribly invasive surgery, but it
Damn.
did put me out for a while.
It was a
Then-
mouth thing, right?
Huh?
It was a mouth thing, right? Like something
No.
around the mouth.
I have gotten
I'm
mouth
off
surgery, but
base.
it wasn't that.
He
Anyway.
got collagen put in his lips.
That's why they look so lustrous this week.
Darling.
I feel just like I should be licking them constantly.
Mm.
No.
Oh, that was grody.
Okay. And things
Anyway.
get weird.
Anyway, I make a really
I
bad
licked my beard,
collagen
it's
lip
bad.
injection, man. Okay. So besides that, I've been finalizing the work for my book. Like it's really close to done. I got my author photos taken and they're getting edited now. Should be ready next weekend. Right after that I went in for surgery, but I have 2 stories done and ready to send off to the editor who's checking for grammar and everything. She's amazing. The cover artist is going to be done like late February. And yeah, like at least the first draft of every single story in the book is done. And it's novel length. So that's a lot of words. And I've been
Over 50,000, as you told
yeah.
me.
Yeah. So I'm like it feels really good. It's scary because like now I have one story that needs one more pass, another story that needs one more pass, and like it's so close and I'm scared. Oh, and I'm also I'm writing for a Star Citizen publication now. I'm going to be doing a series of articles about like basically just looking at each ship. It's called Why Should I Fly? And it's just I'm trying out all these different ships and seeing like what's really good at them, looking like really digging into the numbers, and being hyper nerdy about that. And then I also am doing indeterminate work for DVS now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So on the Star Citizen thing, I know
Yeah.
like EVE Online has like people actually run basically a radio for EVE Online. Like sometimes they play songs, but they also have like current events that happen in the EVE world
Oh, that's crazy.
that they talk about. So I don't know if anyone's going to end up doing that for Star Citizen, but that would probably be pretty interesting.
That'd be fun. I know that there
If they
is
do,
a
Sounds like
radio
my
kind
bag,
of.
baby.
What?
If
Yeah.
they do, they
Like
can.
I was
they can
thinking, we have
only
a
play,
pretty
like,
decent
old country
crew to
music.
do something like that here too.
Anyway,
If they do that, they can only play like country music, so it's just like classic country for no apparent reason in the
No.
future. Because that's the only thing that ever survives. Like if you've watched so many shows, it's always like classic western that they're listening to in space, and you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah,
the only
Why?
instrument that
There's so many
survived
things
the
that could've
downfall is the
survived.
lap steel.
a lot of things, including Firefly, which continues
actually-
on my crusade against. I like
Actually,
Firefly, but
Firefly
again,
I think
I
you
don't
mean
like.
Has that much country
Retaliator.
music in it.
There
Like,
is
other
like, well, I just mean like Firefly has way too much of the space cowboy kind of feel.
Well, that's the entire point.
Yeah, but like,
Which is why
It,
Limitless
it takes
is
Space
perfect.
Cowboy as a genre
Speaking
and makes
of,
it Space Cowboy literally.
yeah,
All right,
they don't
all right.
need to make it literal though.
all right, let's get on to the role play. I want to do
Everyone
something.
talks in a southern accent, and the theme song is like, "Take my love, take my land."
I
Like
skipped this
they're
one.
going way
Take
too
my
far
dick.
with the space cowboy stuff, in my opinion.
And that song the entire session. Can I find that on a 10-hour loop?
Oh
You
God,
can,
please
but-
no.
I mean, you're not the one streaming, so no one other than you has to hear it. So I'm fine.
Well, we'll all just hum it in our heads or something.
It's too late. I've already moved on to Caramel Dancing.
Uh, oh Jesus Christ.
Sucks so catchy.
It's always perfectly to the beat too. I don't
I've
understand.
got, I've got a Forest of Stars stuck in my head. Oh my God.
I still need to watch this season or the season of Con Man. I think they're already done with it.
Stars? Would you say those stars are without number?
Well, I would
There
say
is a
Pulsar got
number.
an update.
Oh,
We need to play it.
Did
There's
it?
research now.
You said
Oh.
I would say, so I don't know if you actually were serious about
Well,
the
it
update.
depends. Would you believe that they had 2 updates?
I don't know. That's
Bum
pushing it.
bum bum.
Did they have two
all right.
updates?
Missed it by
talking.
that much.
Keep
As
talking.
everyone immediately stops talking.
Well, now
Well,
we're on the
for-
spot, and I
yeah,
have no
for-
idea what we're going to
for-
talk about.
He's like he'll be right back. So,
Why
Pulsar,
don't we do?
Caboose, do you think your computer could run it?
I imagine it could.
It might not be the most
Right.
efficient thing on computers right now, but it's kind of questionable. But we do definitely need to play that at some point.
Yes, we do.
Actually,
also,
I'm gonna take my computer to a shop in town probably tomorrow.
oh,
I
nice.
asked the guy today. I was like, "How much would it cost to get a diagnostic run on everything and figure out what's wrong?" He's like, "It'd be probably about $25." I was like, "Okay, I can do that as long as I can figure out what part's wrong, so I can just change out that part, whatever it is." Unless it's the motherboard. If it's the motherboard, I just say fuck it and buy a new computer. Not because the
generally
motherboard's
good advice.
expensive, but because it takes so much work to collaborate stuff when you get a new motherboard.
Oh, so
Yeah, it can be pretty expensive.
So Caboose, I think
Yeah.
you. I don't know how far along the process you are on the other game, but do you want to make any announcements about it?
Oh, we're gonna be doing I'm gonna be DMing a D20 Modern campaign that's gonna be starting whenever we get the people for it, and then whenever we figure out their schedule that adapts with all the people is when we're gonna be running it. But it's going to be modern setting, so 2000s, 2010s setting. I don't really know exactly what year yet, but it's going to be focused on kind of if you've ever seen the show Chuck,
No.
it won't be exactly like that, but that kind of feeling, that kind of
Think about
theme.
accidental super agent.
Without basically, if you took the aspect of Chuck and removed the intersect, and that's kind of going to be how it is. There's not
So-
going to be an intersect.
We're going to be
because-
playing like Casey and I keep forgetting her name,
Sarah.
Sarah. So we'll be playing like the Casey and Sarah type agents, right?
CIA agents who aren't CIA agents that pretty much most of the party though is not going to be that side of it. They're going to be the untrained side of it, who's kind of flung into it and has to experience it and use their background to sort out what's going on.
I feel like my character should be Maxwell Smart.
I did actually figure out that you could literally create a character who is entirely designed about the entire purpose of this character was making money. And you could solve all
Oh,
of
yeah.
the crimes by throwing money at stuff. Like, I looked
I like
into it, I was like, this would be absolutely terrible and defeat the purpose of the game. But that
Bribing
character
people.
would be
You
so
could do
much
it.
fun. The character would be so much fun to play as long as you could. You don't even have to fake being an asshole. As long as you could be an asshole 100% of the time.
So you're playing Tony Stark.
Basically, the background of the character is like, you come from a rich family, and that family comes from a richer family, and you're the son.
Progressively getting
You're the
less
son.
rich, generation after generation.
You're the son of a father who makes so much money that you don't do shit and just live off your parents' wealth, and your parents give you such a big stipend. And that's basically the background of the character.
We can keep this rolling for another 5 generations. I bet we can do it in 2.
I can
And I can
definitely
spend so
bankrupt
much
us in
money.
one generation.
Pretty much.
All right, let's scoot.
So yeah,
Let's
if you
get
want
this
to,
going.
If you want to join the campaign, hit me up on Twitter. We're still looking for. I'm gonna be looking for 4 to 5 people. Right now, I have 2 committed. I haven't heard anything from Fox.
Like, I'm willing. It just depends when it is.
Yeah, and that's what I need to figure out. Is I need to get with everyone and figure out what night we want to do it.
and
Because right
then,
now, I don't know.
if you want to DM a campaign, we're also looking for more people to host games too. So keep that in mind. DM or tweet at me or DM message me to direct message me on Twitter, or that's probably the best way to reach me. Honestly, I don't really. Yeah. Looking for DMs.
Help wanted. Sign.
Yeah. Also, you should probably be an experienced DM, at least a little bit.
Nah, don't bother, guys. Just wing it. You'll be fine.
That's what
Well,
I'm gonna do.
half of what I do is wing it. So
Like a blue eyes white dragon wing it.
like, sure. Specifically a blue eyes, sure. I could be any. All right.
Blue Eyes Azaraki Dragon.
Yeah. So let's see. You guys are currently on. You're in the Jurin system, which is 306, and we left off on the planet Frosa. In the Frosa Innovations sort of like research building, and you guys are trying to currently find some research on a plant that has a lot of curative properties, but there's a side effect, and we're trying to mitigate the side effect as much as possible. And the scientists think that the research that might be contained in this facility is the research that'll allow them to do that. So the current date is, what's 7 in month?
7.
August.
7 in month.
Alright, fine. January, February, March, April, May,
July.
It's July. It's July 7th.
I could have told
July
you that
17th.
because I'm born in July, so I'm just sitting there like,
That was
7,
terrible.
and I just see him. I'm just like, yes, yes.
It's the 7th
Totally
month,
August.
the 17th day of the 7th month in the year 3201. And you guys have just conquered a turret.
Success! We have won our first great war against a turret.
And
Yeah.
of course,
Screw
Yosef,
old
in
tech.
typical Russian fashion, will have to say at this moment, this was much better than just turning off power and disassembling it. I like you guys so much.
So I remember 2 of you were wearing back suits. Which 2 were they? Just remind me. Filibuster Fox.
This
Fox.
guy.
And I think it was
Fox and Fourth.
Caboose.
No, fourth
fourth?
was.
4th. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
bring
okay.
mine.
I loaned you one of you.
I have body
Man.
armor. I didn't want to wear it.
We'll have taken it back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
cool.
my armor.
So 4th and
Or no,
Filibuster
I don't-
have
yeah,
back
yeah.
suits.
Yeah, I'm in the back suit.
Cool. So if you need information about what happened last session, ask. Otherwise, what do you guys want to do?
Well,
'Cause I
I'm
realized
definitely
it's
saying
been
what
a
I
while.
just said because I wanted to just notice that I realized that after the end of last session, we could just turn off the power and disassemble it.
Right.
And then
And you wouldn't have to get shot in the foot.
No. That was experimentation. That was science. And I want to try and like salvage it, try and get some of the sensors because that had pretty good sensors and everything. So
It did have pretty good
That's-
sensors.
it did.
Since your foot
It
through a
saw
metal
me
plate.
through a metal
So-
plate. Yeah, exactly. I'm impressed.
We can do this one of two ways: either pre-tech or luck.
Given
With pre-
our
if you
history with
use-
luck,
If you use pre-tech, then there is a higher likelihood that you'll know how to use the parts and all that. If it's luck, then you're going to be able to like salvage the parts, but you don't know what they're used for, or you can't really do anything with
Or-
them directly.
You
or
said pre-tech,
Wh-
right?
or you could just make 2 luck rolls. One for salvaging it, and then one when you stick it in whatever you use it for. Maybe it'll work
No,
if
I'm
I just
definitely
jam
plugging
it
it
in
into
there.
something as soon as I get it off.
The second thing wouldn't be a luck roll; it would be well,
Let me
if
plug it into my gun.
No,
and
I'm-
hope it
I'll
the
works.
the
definitely-
first test is would it make sense connected to this whatever you're going to connect to, and then if that works, then you'd have a luck roll or pre-tech.
Okay, I'll do a pre-tech one. Hooray.
Ah, wuss.
Oh,
So that's plus intelligence, but you don't have a modifier, so
so what you're
Ten.
saying is
Ameno, ameno.
By the way, I did the more difficult one since I have a negative in that. So luck save probably would have been easier for me.
So let's see. On a 10, you're not really going to be able to get some of the actual like targeting systems, but you can get some of the metal plating of the turret, which is better than normal metal. I don't know what element it is.
Unobtainium.
Unobtainium. Get it? Because it's hard to obtain.
Very hard. You
Nice
could
job,
only
Peter
obtain
Jackson,
it
you
pre-scream. It's pre-scream metal.
Pre-screamium. Okay, cool. Let's do
Pre-screamium.
that. No, I'll probably think of what it's actually called, but just have like rare metal or precious metal, something like that. It's not going to be too much, probably like a pound.
Fox, what's going on in
could
your
say
I
that
was
we're
trying
going
to
to have
think
to
of one.
take it to a
Yeah.
scientist to figure out what it's called.
Hmm.
I'm a doctor.
I'm gonna make
not
a-
scientist.
I'm gonna make a metal plate out of this special metal that'll give me anti-future weapon properties with metal plate. I just knew it. Anyway,
Wait, you
probably
could
gonna
put it
say
in front of
kilogram.
your foot, so
Yeah.
the next turret we find can't shoot your foot.
You have 1 kilogram of it. We're using metric.
head? Whoa, 1 kilogram.
Oh, you just lost. I'm kidding.
It's less than a pound, but metric.
Now, how dense is it? Is it
Yes.
super dense or is it not dense? Is like a kilogram like 10 square feet? Or is it
Let's see. What could I use?
lots of
as
high
a
tensile metal?
comparison? Like, I don't know, my notebook. Probably like a
That's the size
sheet.
of your notebook?
Yeah,
That's fine,
not as thick.
Not as
Definitely not as thick, but like the general size of a notebook like that.
Uh-huh.
And then
It's a really big notebook.
So what you're saying
That
is
or your
that we
camera
could-
angle is really weird.
Yeah.
What
Like-
you're
like-
saying is we can melt it down and we can make a shield out of it.
But that's the question. If it's tweezers.
I
If
have school of
it's
Griffin.
unobtainium, maybe it has a really high melting point.
But we could still make a shield out of it. And then we could
Yeah,
make the
this much.
serum that gave us superpowers.
What if we were battery? We were to take it and shape it into a helmet and then use it so the psychics couldn't read our minds.
I mean, it's not
I
perfectly
love
like
it.
a flat section either. It's
Joseph
probably,
likes this idea. Those psycutters
that
are
looks bigger than it
crazy.
is.
Who has mind powers? Mutants. We kill them all.
Yeah, that could work.
It looks like we have someone from one of your other sessions.
Yes, our Saturday game that I and Caboose and Team are in.
Oh, I didn't even know we had an audience.
Hello, Mark.
What did
Yeah,
the
I'm sure I
phrase
caught that.
"Hey guys, I'm starting stream" mean nothing to you?
Wait,
Oh,
we're live?
holy crap!
I just thought he was talking to a
All right.
wall.
Everyone, welcome
Thanks,
to
Hank.
the third session of Limitless. I'm Azaraki, and we haven't had a session in 2 weeks, so we could go around and reintroduce ourselves and talk about what happened in the past 2 weeks for us. Please don't actually.
Why are we
Well, I haven't been
reintroducing
playing
ourselves?
League, but all right.
Um,
So, you've got metal. Is there anything
Yes.
else useful to salvage in there, or has he gotten everything of value?
Everything that's not destroyed from your multiple bullets.
Or my salvage attempt.
Rolled a 10.
Yeah, he probably
That's-
broke
Yeah,
something.
that's roll.
I rolled a 10.
Man, these
and
optics
I
are
destroyed
amazing.
it and got some metal.
Jab, jab.
All right. So,
I should have shot it. It would have
we
worked
should-
better.
perhaps continue onward to the research section to get the information we need to stop the disease that's being an issue.
Yeah, if we come
Enter
across another
expedition for
turret,
audience.
let's just shut down the power.
Or that's a good
Or-
plan.
Use this metal
Or
as a
kill-
shield.
Anything more with that, or
I'm a doctor, not a tactician.
I wonder if you
I'm
have
a
tactics.
tacti- oh,
I need to
wait.
look. No, you don't have tactics. That is a correct statement.
I have
Please.
virtually nothing,
Our
virtually
tactician.
nothing as a skill aside from tech medical
Okay,
and
so
perception. So I
I'm
can
good
see
to
your
go
cuts.
on. So I'll just kind of start taking off while they're discussing about who's the tactician.
It's definitely not me, so I'm following.
Caboose and Fourth both have one.
Well, that's good. I'm still leaving.
Let's go towards the research center.
All right, cool. So let's see. Trying to think back. I think in total it's been.
Week.
I mean, like since you've been in the building, I think it's been like 4 hours.
That sounds reasonable.
reasonable.
You find a pack of raisins.
Delicious. I'm a doctor.
Are you a Pokemon now? Doctor, doctor, doctor,
I call doctor.
warrior.
Doctor Who?
Claude Dessa.
So yeah, I'll just say like you're by the time you get to the next big thing, you reach the 4 hour mark. So you guys follow the blueprints that you got last session to the big section marked research area. Of course, as before, the blueprint map thing that you guys have right now doesn't actually delve into details about it. So it's probably like people out here don't have enough clearance to know about what's in there, kind of deal. So they just lumped the entire research area together in one big like rectangle. So
Rectangle. Do I know this shape? Do I have to roll for understanding what you're talking about?
Is it
a
old?
fourth
Is it an
dimensional
old tech
object.
shape, or is it a post-scream tech shape?
Yes.
yeah, the
Does it have
the,
rounded
pre,
corners?
the pretext actually invented new shapes. The geography is completely unfamiliar to you, but you guys managed to get to a high security door. So it's basically just this really thick metal door. Looks pretty futuristic. I don't know how you'd exactly explain that a door would be futuristic, but I
It
guess it's
slides
just like
using power, like a Walmart. Like an entire Walmart, not just the door to the Walmart. The whole Walmart slides open with power.
Oh, okay. I'm just
So
gonna look at
the Walmart
Johan.
branded door, and then
Johan.
over on the side next to the door on the wall is a set of paneling.
If we shoot that, I bet it will open.
That was what I was going to say to Johan. It looks very much like Door on Planet from before. If we shoot it, door fall open.
Why don't we just inspect
It is
it
definitely
this
not
time?
the same as the door on the other planet or the panel on the other planet.
Why don't we just inspect it and see what we can find out?
Does it have a heartbeat?
Yes, I want to search to see if it's biological.
It's not.
Oh.
If
Do
you
I
want
It's
to-
out
if
of
you-
my area of expertise. I leave
You
it
can
to
make a roll
guys.
for it if you want. Yeah, roll to see if it's biological.
Okay, I don't have. Okay, are you doing it, Doctor?
It's the D20.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
2d6.
Lucky roll, if we might get lucky, or
2d6.
In the
It
secret
is
research
definitely not
facility.
biological.
In the secret
All right,
research
I will-
facility of Rolier, a turret
I will
waits
medical tech
dreaming.
this door. What is? Let me roll another
You
one.
think you
D6
said
there.
the heartbeat?
Yes.
The door is still not biological.
You think it might be biological, but you can't be sure. Says the rest of the time with the stethoscope on the door. I think his heart's having issues. He's having palpitations.
I can hear something.
Is there a
Quick,
doctor in the
the
house?
EKG.
I'm a doctor.
We need to
So
induce it.
The metal,
So
neither the metal door nor the electronic paneling is biological.
All right. Well, I've done my job, gentlemen. It's up to you.
All right. So
hey, security guy, why don't you go check out the panel on the door, eh? And then I just went like Canadian there. Yeah.
Alaska, Canada, kind of close to Russia.
Russian.
Alaska,
Canadian.
Russia, Canada. We're just
Alaska's
going the whole
close
way.
to Russia, or Alaska's
Okay.
close to Canada, and
It's a double
Russia's close to
proxy.
Alaska,
Hey.
so
So
Canada's basically
anyway,
Russia.
so is the panel a key code or
It has this. It's got a slot.
okay. Oh, wait.
Penis in
I say wait a minute. So
Like a
I'm
thin
going
slot.
to scuttle back on over to the skeletons that we desecrated. And I'm going
That
to
we
search their
rolled the
bodies for
skull.
like an ID card.
All right. Is there a search skill? There.
Perception?
is not.
I guess it would be perception. Would probably be most applicable here.
Okay. Wait. When did I? Okay. Sure. Okay. So just 2d6. Roll
2d6.
2d6. 9.
All right, cool. So you find an identification card, but it's only on one of the it's sort of underneath where one of the skeletons was. But you also find I guess it would be a necklace, but like the pendant is it's just like a chain, but there's a pendant that his remains do not look more important than the other people. But yeah, that same guy has the pendant, and it's pretty bulky, and it's made of some sort of like refined metal, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pilfer it in that case.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pilfer both, and then I'm going to scuttle on back to the door, and I'm gonna try out the ID card.
What does your scuttling look like?
Zoidberg.
Just scuttling,
Okay.
normal
Just had to
scuttling,
clarify.
shuffling, I guess.
All
See,
right.
when you
So
say it that way, I just think of the old guy from the what is it, the Six Flags commercial, just dancing. And when you come into the room like that, it's a lot more awesome.
Good.
how do you want to enter the room, Forth?
No, I thought his idea was great. Let's do it. I'm gonna
All right.
dance and be like, yeah, I'm a fucking genius.
Yeah. So the when you use the ID card, it works.
Yeah.
Congrats. The door. Well, the door doesn't open. The paneling activates, like the electronic parts of it.
Okay.
I pushed the biggest
Um,
button.
Yeah, is there a button that looks particularly like a symbol that means open?
It's a touch screen, and there are like a bunch of different options, but it's in a language that none of you know.
I opened
pushed the
Safari
biggest
internet
button.
browser.
So Fox pushes the biggest button. Doesn't do anything. Yosef, what are
Second
you
biggest
doing?
button.
Look for something that looks like a navigator's wheel on an old ship with blue in the middle. Kind of looks like. You know what I'm talking about?
A compass.
Netscape Navigator?
Or
There's
wait,
none of that.
are you talking about a sextant?
No.
A sextant
No.
looks kind of like an upside down V with a dangly bit.
Yeah, I know. I know. what a
There's none
sextant-
of that.
Okay.
Whatever
Well,
it is you're
I
trying
was
to
just
describe.
looking
It is
for
not
the
there.
opera icon on it because,
Good.
maybe the future went
The
to
future
Apple. I don't know.
uses Opera.
I don't know. Could
Apple
happen.
Safari.
Do we have access to Google Translate?
You probably do.
Wait. I want to say push a button at the bottom somewhere, like the very bottom one, and go, "Hey Siri." No?
You talked to the electronic paneling on the wall and do not get a response.
Curses.
Hello, computer. Hello, computer.
I
It looks a
like
lot
how
like
we're
that,
all
yeah.
trying to talk to it, and it's like, there's probably no voice input at all. And I'm just loving it.
This
Okay, maybe we should try and decipher what they actually mean.
Yeah,
Why?
There are like 12 options.
I hit
Hey,
the third option.
Third option isn't it.
what does the third option do?
So you actually have
Harm to
no idea what it
robots.
does. So like, yeah, you could be fucking with stuff that's inside the research center and you just don't know it, or you could be messing with stuff outside the research center. You could be making the door harder to open. There's a lot of things that could happen here.
So what you're
What do the
saying
buttons
is-
Every button
actually
you've
look
pressed
like?
so far, you don't actually know what happened. Like,
But we
there's
have
no
how many buttons
immediate
are
feedback.
there?
12.
13. Oh, 12?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay. So,
So what you're saying is we'd be just as lucky to shoot it as we would.
No.
oh my
Or-
Jesus.
Shooting
Since
its
we're very
front.
lucky, let's blindfold someone and have them push buttons.
Okay, so at the
What
old panel,
are
at
the
the panel
buttons
that we
even looking like?
They're just like I'm trying to think of a UI that I could liken this to, but it's just a bunch of rectangles that are like this, and then there's 2 columns. Each one has 6 in it, and inside the rectangles are the text that basically tells you what they are meant to do.
Can we go to the mainframe?
Wait. He said text that tells us what they're meant to do. Does one say open door?
You can't read it. It's in a,
No,
it's in
no,
a
no,
reading.
no.
None of you.
I know
understand.
Russian. It's obviously a Russian
not Russian.
dialect.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Can we go back to the mainframe and see if there's a way to change the language on the panel?
Well, I mean, it's
I'm
right.
gonna
in-
start pushing buttons.
Like how do you plan on getting the mainframe?
I mean, like the first computer room that we were in.
You can try that if you want.
While he does that, I'm gonna push all of the buttons.
At the
So-
same time?
Well, in order.
Well, we
No,
already
just do
pushed the biggest
this.
one and the third one, so...
I'll push the remainders.
One of the buttons you press is it's the second button on the list. Brings up another set of 4 in like a little sub dialogue.
Excellent. I'll push those.
We did it.
If there's a button, I'm going to push it.
We
It
did it.
returns you to the original screen.
Excellent. I pick a different set of options. I keep going through one at a time until something happens. I've played enough, foreign language games that I couldn't read to eventually find things.
So after the third one you try, the screen goes dark for a bit. Like it dims, and then another text dialog box opens up above the others. And there's no buttons on it. So like if you can think like there's the background
Is
of
it
like
counting down
2
in
rows
a
of
timer
6.
type fashion?
Mm,
it's the
Let him explain.
characters are not changing. So yeah, it's like you see the original 12 options in the back, and then out in front of that, there's like a little box that has text on it.
It's a pop-up.
Windows had an error.
Yeah, pretty much. You
There's
fucked
no,
it,
Okay.
John.
buttons. All right, well, I'll unplug the card and put it back in again.
It brings you back to the same screen.
It locked
With
us
the
out.
pop-up or without the
With the
What'd you say,
pop-up
Max?
ad still?
With or without the pop-up?
With
Please contact
is
your
there some
nearest
sort of
supervisor.
button outside of the panel that's not touchscreen or a plug or something?
no.
I'm gonna
shoot it.
push on the door.
Oh, I'll wait for that.
We may be
So-
meanwhile,
we may be
if-
making a mountain out of a
before we go
molehill
through
here.
it, like what would you say if you actually opened the door from pushing on it?
I'd say we were making a mountain out of a molehill.
All right, well
Say
that
we
does,
should have tried that earlier.
What happens?
what?
it doesn't feel like you feel the Newton's third law.
Okay.
Oh,
That
I'm going
okay.
to pry off the touchscrane from the panel and
I-
find wiring behind it.
I gotta say,
I'm
I'm
gonna go to the main
simultaneously
computer and
I'm
see if I can
simultaneously-
find a translation.
I'm simultaneously frustrated and relieved that pushing on the door didn't work.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, Caboose, what?
When I go to the computer, I'm going to look for anything that I can see to translate panels or change the language on panels
Okay,
of the research center.
you can make a computer roll.
I am not trained in computers, so this will be very effective.
We're all playing to our specialties here.
Oh yeah. If you need a charisma
Yeah,
check,
9.
I'm here for you.
So on a 9, you can figure out that the panel that connects to the door is not. I don't want to say not connected, but like you can't control anything on that panel from this computer.
Okay. Is there anything I can find in there about translations of pre-tech language that they're using?
Let's see. Is there roll a language skill?
To roll a different skill is bullshit.
To hear this message in English, please press 3. Please. It's an
Freeze,
Asian
freeze,
company. Turns out this
It's
actually
Chinese, guys.
Yes,
it's
it's Chinese.
Chinese.
If you would like to hear this message in English, please press 3.
Wow, I'm a racist.
Yeah. Not denying that.
Limitless racism.
I got an 8. Does an 8 find anything on the computer about languages?
So on an 8, you get some like rudimentary translations. It's not like you think that you could tell what some of the words mean, but you don't think you could
Okay,
translate.
I want to key one word, okay? I want to look for one word. The word that I want to look for is
Is
open. Can I
I
translate
like to imagine that this translation
door.
is just like baby
this
talk,
could be kind of
like,
cool. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
stupid.
You get 5 words.
Okay. Open door.
Please, god damn it.
That's 6 words.
No, god damn is one word.
I suppose.
Or you can do god damn it as one word.
Options.
Okay.
Self-destruct. It's one word. It's hyphenated.
All right.
Look at this.
And
Boobies.
And we activate the AI. Oh, look at the
And-
little post-tech human trying to figure
and
out
yes.
pre-tech.
I want to know the word for yes.
Yes. Okay. So
Because I can figure out the other one means no.
the list again.
Maybe it means fuck off.
So you want door, open. I forgot the rest. I'm gonna write them down.
Door open.
Door
options,
open.
self-destruct.
Dicks, men.
Swear words, just
You
5
really
swear
need
words.
to know where the nearest gay strip club is.
So door open, options, yes, and
Self-destruct, which is hyphenated as one word.
is it actually? Like I'm gonna give it to you either way, but is it actually?
I think so.
This is important for lore purposes.
Yeah, self-destruct is actually hyphenated as one word.
Yeah, but we should know you can kind of modify your language if it's
Well,
Yeah.
technically, hyphenated words are usually considered 2 separate words.
But
Wow.
they represent
Leave it
one
to an author.
concept which in other languages may be represented by a single word.
Exactly.
For instance, in this language, yes is 3 words.
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is like self-destruction applies to one concept, the destruction of oneself. There may be a word for that in other languages, like, for example, seppuku, for example, is one word for disemboweling oneself.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
This is
I
true.
wanted the concept translation, so it makes sense. Fine, we're good.
Unfortunately,
I gave-
open is
I-
5 words in their language.
You get 4. You get 5 English words.
And this is how
Like,
Limitless,
so
and this is how Limitless
it's
evolved
not-
into a semantic conversation. Just
A very
forever.
It's not
pedantic
like-
semantic
We're a
conversation.
podcast about semantics now.
It's not as though the screen is like, please enter 5 words and I'll give you the translation. It's like you can roughly figure out this amount of words, and then 5 is just an arbitrary.
we
kind
got
of
you.
picked.
So I know them though. I know them, right? We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and hopefully they have not
Hopefully
shot the panel
panel's
yet.
been torn up by now.
Well, we're locked out of the panel, so you could probably see panel locked.
So
Seek
who,
administrator.
who is still there?
No, I can't see that. All I can see is options open, yes, door, and self-destruct.
Self-destruct.
So
yes.
you can
Okay.
tell if the pop-up says self-destruct or not. Great.
And I know
No
which
countdown
button
though,
is
so we
yes.
don't know when.
Well, one of the characters did change. The ones that, the people who are still there notice it.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm
At
still
least anyone
there
who was
with
looking at the.
Yeah, I'm
terminal.
looking at it.
the doctor.
I still want to pry open the terminal.
No.
And Yosef's not even gonna offer to help. He's just gonna watch. He's like, "Yeah, okay, cool. Let's watch a doctor do engineering."
It's like,
This is
if there's
great."
one thing I can do, it's surgery. And this is just like a human body. The wires are like veins.
Oh.
And
The
I'll just
CPU is like
throw
the
in
beating
random
heart.
things like, okay, you see that wiring just like central nervous system. You don't cut the whole thing. That very bad.
Where do I apply the antibiotics?
No, electronics don't need antibiotic. I like pause for a second. I like put my arm forward. I'm like right here. Yeah, like turn my butt towards you and pointing. It's like, it requires 10 cc's of super Ritalin.
That's not an
It's a
antibiotic.
suppository, will that work?
It doesn't matter. It needs specific. It helps me concentrate so I can give right advice. It's
So-
needed.
I'm gonna say I arrive right now while Yosef is clarifying that he needs the.
And I just want to clarify, I didn't just point to my butt. I like peeled my pants down so he could actually puncture. So like my pant, like I'm pulling it down as you're arriving.
I'm just gonna kind of look at him, look at the doctor, and shake it off, and just walk towards the panel.
So,
Oh, like you have
Well-
not seen bum before. Come on.
Bruce, I do have to give everyone their chance. And as you were looking for the information, Dr. Thomas Crichton was trying to peel the panel off. So with what are you trying to do that with?
Hey, we have a piece of metal roughly notebook-sized.
Yosef's just sitting there like, no, this belongs to me.
Stab the panel with the metal.
I kind of like look at my arm and I'm like, I do kind
Just
of have a
wait a minute.
multi-tool here.
Wait a minute. I'm going to actually grab the pendant and try hovering it like near the panel and see if it does anything.
Okay.
You
it
gain
does not.
psionic power.
It is not okay. Well, I mean, I at this point, I'm basically turning our campaign into mist. Rub thing
So-
on other thing.
Yeah. So everyone else, you notice for Thoracle, take out a pendant of some rare metal and wave it over this thing.
I
No
don't
question?
notice it. I'm not
Okay.
there yet.
Just
So,
look at him weird.
No one wants to be like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" or anything like that.
No, I'm just gonna
like,
kind of look at him and be
accept it.
like, you are much more weird than I first thought.
I'm gonna look for a heavy hunk of metal, sort of like a baseball bat or something like that. You know, a good pipe.
I'm just gonna look at you and be like, Doctor, I have meta tool. If you want to borrow
Oh.
to open thing instead of jamming, you could,
Yeah, that'd probably be
unscrew.
better. Let's
It
do
even
that.
has
I'm
a
gonna borrow
Phillips
his
head.
multi-tool. Yes.
All right, so it's at this point that the numbers changed, or not numbers, but the text changes. Well, I guess you know it's a number now, or it could be me messing with you. No, it's a number.
DM slipped up. It's a number.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to pry it
Not-
open.
not
It's
gonna
either
work.
counting down the lockout period, or
Until
Counting
we
towards
die.
self-destruction. One or the other.
self-destruction, or it's just displaying the time because I opened a clock.
Current time. Yeah.
This is of course.
You
You,
open the
always
clock,
have.
but you can't get rid of.
You always have clocks in the middle of a security panel to get into a restricted area.
Pandora's
Yes.
clocks.
Seems exactly logical to me. There were clocks all over the place in the hospitals.
Maybe it's a service reminder. It's like, hey, it's been 372,000 years since your last checkup.
Oh wait, 373,000 years. You just happened to take over now.
Oh yes.
You
Sorry,
have been in
my bad.
stasis for 99999.
But
I
it
haven't
rolls
been in
over. It's
stasis.
like 1 year.
No, you played Portal
The full
2,
count.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was making a German joke.
Okay.
Aha.
It's not.
All right. So you still try to tear off the panel.
Yes. Well,
Uh,
pry open, not so much tear off. Like I'm.
It's not.
a
It's not
I'm
pry.
A doctor,
We have
not a superhero.
tools. We have tools.
Well,
Specialized.
you still pry things open with a tool.
Nope, never.
Well,
It's you
unless it has
finesse it
screws.
off. Does it have
So-
screws?
I doctor it off.
I'm gonna say this is a post-tech roll instead of a pre-tech roll because,
Excellent.
like, it's the construction of paneling has not been significantly changed.
Either way, it's the
Excellent.
same number.
God, my
Toblerone.
my desk is a
way too
mess.
tiny. A Toblerone. You need the big giant ones.
Oh Jesus,
Alright.
like the 5-kilogram ones or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
That's-
you managed to open
Mr.
No,
Battery
okay.
agrees.
and
We did it, boys.
the whole display still stays on screen, and everything underneath it, like some of the wires and stuff, they do not look damaged. So you have successfully opened it up a little bit and have not destroyed any of it.
Time to fix that. Is there a red wire?
This is when Yosef kind of steps in and he's like, maybe I should find what wires do first.
Oh, okay. That makes
There-
sense. You don't want to cut
Good.
without measuring once.
There are several red wires.
In fact, they're all red. They cheaped out on construction and decided that one wire color was all that was needed.
I hold it open so I don't tear any of the wires and you can get a good look inside.
Keep talking and nobody explodes.
I want to play that too. That
Yeah,
was
Is-
fun.
Is there any lit
Actually, I played it
indicators
once.
on the bomb? Anyone named CAR? What colors are the wires? Cut the third red. What? No. So what I want to do.
You tell me the serial, the last two letters of the serial code on the bomb.
Is
Are-
it
are-
are
even
there
or
an-
odd?
Even number of batteries on the side.
Anyway.
And we can take it the Archer approach too, like M as in Nancy.
Nancy.
Nancy. Just to mess with people. Okay, what I want to do is I want to see if there's any wires going directly to the door, like from the panel.
I mean, you can't actually see that far in. Like it
Okay.
goes into like this.
Can we unearth the stuff behind it so we can follow the wires at all? Is there like a conduit trail under the floors that I could follow?
You'd have to break
Pull up
open
the
the
floors.
wall, but
Well, are there some that are just like that I can just take out because they're going the complete wrong direction? Like they go down to the floor and then some just go back to the direction we
so
came.
like this panel is on the wall. That's on the same.
Oh, it's on the wall.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. How many wires are there? Did you say?
Several of them are red, but there are at least 40.
40. Well, that bucket sucks.
And it's probably at this point that Johan comes back.
Hey, I roughly translated a couple keywords. Let me see if I can see any of them.
We're all just like,
panel.
I'm gonna look at the panel that the doctor is now holding while Yosef is inspecting the back of it.
And I'll just turn to you and be like, the doctor does very fine work with hands. It was very impressive.
Yes, my ex said that too.
I was gonna say
is
only
X?
after Yosef pulled his pants down.
I still haven't pulled my pants up, by the way.
It's okay. You're
So,
bending
Caboose, you
over
see
as
that
a
as
technical
you walk
person,
in.
so you'll see
Yeah.
plenty of butt.
Yeah.
Do I see any of the keywords I know on the panel though?
Anal.
On the pop out, you do not.
Okay.
And the stuff in the back of the pop out, like you can't really see them clearly enough to make them out.
Okay.
So you'd have to wait for the pop out to either explode you guys or.
Well, it's not self-destruct.
I would like to point out lock would have probably been a good word to do.
I
Or
know.
security.
Or
This is where the entire party starts criticizing Johan on
Yep.
his
Yes.
decisions.
It's no.
Well, let's start
we're
cutting wires.
totally doing.
You
No,
can
no, I'm
start
just
by
sitting
asking,
there.
like, what did he translate?
Nope.
No, I'm not even gonna
Nope,
ask. I'm
no
just
one
gonna
cares.
be like, okay, from door, we run power to door, maybe door open. We need to find the right wire to give power to.
Can we disconnect wires without breaking them and like reconnect them? Or are they like speaker wires with a little thing that you can put them in and out of? Or
I like the way you think, Doctor. We strip the wires and then we snag two together. That would that be very great idea.
it's like pushing
I-
buttons, but without the buttons.
It's like remapping brain to make finger snap be smell of bacon. It's
I feel like
great
we're
fun.
learning each other's languages. You can talk medical, I can talk wiring.
Yes, I once opened up a person's brain and messed around, but that is not exactly the same thing as learning.
Ah, well, you know. Neither
By
is
the
what
way,
I do.
electricity.
Forward through Mike's meeting.
Electricity.
I'm gonna
is
take
great
2
fun.
steps to the left and away.
All right. Well, have at. I'll leave it to your expert opinion what wires to mess with.
Okay,
the wires
Johan,
are-
come here. I strip wires and you snack them together, okay? We need my brain. We
No,
don't quite need you if something were to happen.
Oh,
They're
hey, if you
definitely-
get it right
I'm
the
the only
first
one
time,
who can actually read the
I'll give you
5
some
words
Ritalin.
that are keyed into my brain, so I'm good.
Yes, but the machine's locked anyway. It's
So this
Did
entire
you bring rubber
conversation.
gloves?
By the way, the character changed again.
insulator.
did it change
You
to
didn't bring-
self-destruct? Otherwise, we don't care.
Okay, I'm
5,
just gonna
4,
look at
3,
Johan.
self-destruct. 1.
1 second, self-destruct.
I'm just gonna look at Johan and be like, okay, if baby no want to touch wires, we could maybe go back, turn off power, and see if the panel reset.
I'm okay with the wires.
So the part of your entire conversation before is kind of obsolete because the wires are definitely like hardwired in there, and taking one out would be like error. Please don't do this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't want to like pull it out. What I was gonna do is I was going to strip the exterior cable of the wires so the metal was exposed. And if you can get like positive power into the door power, so you'd power the door
Oh, I
going
see.
down sequence.
That
so
actually
you'd
makes
just be
sense, yeah.
shorting.
I know what you mean, and you can do that without destroying the wires.
Yes, ideally.
However,
we'd probably need to tape them up afterwards, or there will be all sorts of problems.
however, let's see if Johan can read the panel first.
No, Johan can't
can't
read the
right
panel. See, that's why I was
Doesn't
trying to
say-
figure out which one
So-
went to the door and which one was maybe power, so I could short those two together and maybe pop the door open. But this is all null and void if it uses like a microchip system and then to the door, so it has to be a precise sequence of ones and zeros, and then it doesn't completely matter because I have to randomly guess, like on off, on.
A A A A A A.
Exactly.
No. A C. No. Did I skip one?
Yeah, it turns out it's actually A-A-A-A-A-B.
Damn,
God damn it.
we would have never thought of that, Tony. This is beyond our effort of trying.
00001.
All right, so what's the game plan overall?
All right. So, is there a? So I'm gonna try pressing the button on
By the way,
that
Forrest,
popped up
mark
on the screen.
necklace in your inventory.
Huh?
Mark the necklace and the
Yeah.
the administration like card in your inventory. And what were you gonna do?
So is there a button on the panel now? Now that the characters have changed, is it
No,
obvious?
it's still like the same thing. Only one of the characters has changed.
Okay, can I
What?
try pressing the character?
Yeah.
I'll try to press the character.
You feel the like, I guess it would be like fiberglass, some sort of glass,
Hmm.
and that's it.
All right, blow it.
Whatever touch screens are made out of.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
Capacitive
Um,
glass. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. So I'm actually going to look around the room and see if I can find any other panels.
Okay.
Like maybe something loose.
Can we look
What's
for a
locked?
panel like we found in the door earlier?
That's what I'm doing.
The manual release. Yeah.
Yeah, you can try for it.
And we know where it is because we've already dealt with it before.
I mean, it's a different door. The others were blast doors, and this is a security door.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm pretty
should I
sure
do?
they're not going to have
should
it
I-
on this side.
So Azza, should I do perception to look around the room for
Yeah, go for it.
roll 2d6, 2d6? Oh.
Okay, so you search around the room, and you don't find any like paneling or anything like that, but you do find a
Oh.
it's like a couple of sheets of paper that were shoved off to the side, like in a random corner behind a desk or something like that.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick them up and see like what's on them.
The same language as the panel.
That's no good for us. You should just burn those before Johan sees. Just get rid of all of them.
All right. So I'm gonna run over to Johan and say, hey, like, can you like, is self-destruct on these papers?
Just casually. I heard
I'll
you
look at the
learned how to
papers.
say self-destruct.
I'll look at the papers. Are any of the 5 words that I know on there?
Let's see. All 5 of them are on the paper at some point. Door shows up several times. Options shows up like 3 times in the same paragraph. Open shows up sporadically. Yes shows up like twice. And then self-destruct shows up twice in the same paragraph. But they're separate paragraph than where open was or options was seen, yeah.
We should learn Space Tyrannosaurus.
Is that what we're dubbing this language? Space Tyrannosaurus?
Actually, yes. Let's go with that because they inhabit this world.
We're explorers.
Is there any sense
like,
I can
you
think
can-
of it like sentence structure wise?
Yeah, so make a language roll.
Hopefully this one's same as the last one. Oh god.
Just by reading the paper, you put the entire facility into self-destruct mode. GG.
As long as the door also
isn't that bad.
explodes.
It's a
Um,
mimetic. Oh my god, it's a mimetic hazard. It forces him to
Let's
go
see.
and try to put the facility into self-destruct mode. That'd be a cool SCP. I'm gonna do that.
What's an SCP?
Do you,
Scientific cranium
no
perpetuator.
secure containment protocol. It's a rabbit hole on the internet, but it's a good rabbit hole. I'll show you guys sometime.
Okay.
It's not like Sonichu, which is a bad rabbit hole.
Don't know what that is either.
Okay,
Good.
so can I make any sense of the paper at all?
Not really.
This means nothing to me. Although words that I know appear on them fairly often, so it might be some sort of instructions for the panel. I'm really not sure.
The character on the panel changed again.
Does
Is
that
it more
mean
digits?
anything to us?
No.
This
It's the same like only one of the characters has changed, and it changed from a character to a different character.
Okay, so how many characters is it? Is it just one character?
Only one character that's changing. There are a bunch on the screen, just like in general.
Is the one character on like a separate line from everything else, or is it just on the same line, just as kind of a normal text that changes?
It's on a separate line along with 3 other characters.
Okay.
And
I say we start messing with wires.
make perception rolls.
Oh,
anyone
we
who
can
wants
be
to.
doing this at the same time as he's doing his.
If you're telling me to make a perception roll, I'm making a perception roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, 10.
All right,
My
so
fantastic 4 there.
fourth and so Gopala and Johan both recognize that the first 3 characters on that specific line are the same.
Danger,
And so does
danger,
this.
danger zone.